All right. So I am just going to go for it because I did this presentation in practice and it took me like the whole time and we only have 40 minutes. So I want to thank you for jumping on and taking time out of your schedule to join us. I have lots of fun stuff to cover tonight, but before I get into it, I just want to remind you it is July already, which means we're halfway through the year. So I took some time today, I put on some headphones and I wrote out my goals between now and the end of the year. Some things have changed, some things have stayed the same, but I do think it's always really good every quarter to reevaluate your goals and what you're working towards. So take some time to write out your monthly goals and then also your end of the year goals. Next week, we're going to have a special summit call. So it's going to be people that have been to Summit, just kind of going over their experience and what to pack and stuff like that. But then I also want to go over, tips for people who aren't going to Summit. How can you use all the product releases and all the buzz about Summit to your advantage too? So we'll go over that as well. So make sure to get on next week's call. And then I just want to remind you to do a free group. So if you have not done a free clean eating group, I'm going to talk about this a lot, but I have some of my new coaches running one together next week, and then I'm going to be helping them run it. But I really think this is the key to, getting started right. So let's go ahead and share my screen. And I'm going to move everybody. Okay. So tonight we're going to talk about how the fortune is in the follow-up. So just an overview, I'm going to go over the definition of an exposure. So what does that really mean and look like? The importance of third-party tools and what those are. Then I'm going to show you exactly what I do in my sequence when I'm working my business. And then, of course, just going through the fortune is in the follow-up and what that really means. So let's start by what is an exposure. What do I mean by that? Well, an exposure is the degree to which an audience, so readers, listeners, viewers, visitors to a website, is in response of a promotional message. Let me move one more thing. So now I can read. Okay, so what does that mean to us though? What does an exposure mean in our business? And it's really third-party tools and just also invites. Those are all different touch points and types of exposures. So the first is social media posts. Anytime you do an invite on a social media post, that is an exposure. Or anytime you share results, that's an exposure. Inviting to a free group, inviting to a regular challenge group, giving out samples of Shakeology, sharing videos about products or about the business, what is coaching calls, open house, and even your websites. When you give someone your Shakeology or your Reset website, all of these different things are different exposures and different things that we can share with people. So what's the importance of third-party tools? One thing is that you have to remember you're not the expert and you don't have to act like one or pretend to be one. When someone asks you what's in Shakeology, an easy response is like they want to know all the ingredients. I don't know, but all I know is it makes me less bloated. It gives me all this energy. I crave healthier foods. I just can't say enough about how much it's done for me. If I sent you a video with more information, would you watch it? Or if I sent you a link to my website with all the nutrition facts and the superfoods that are in it, would you check it out? Really use third-party tools to your advantage. We don't have to be the experts. We are so lucky that we're backed up by Team Beachbody and everything that all the nutritionists and the trainers do for us. So make sure you really use those tools. And like I said, third-party tools are the video library. You can use the one in your back office, or you can use YouTube. If you are sharing videos on YouTube, make sure it's coming from Beachbody or Team Beachbody, so your people aren't signing up with a random coach. Another third-party tool is doing three-way calls. Use your sponsor. I wish more people would do this, but I've done it with, I know Jen has, and some of my other coaches, a few of them have, but if you're a newer coach or you're not comfortable with closing, do three-way calls with your sponsor. put them in front of someone who's been doing it longer. Shakeology samples, these are really important because people want to taste it and really get a feel for what Shakeology is all about. But also invites to groups, our third-party tool, the webinars, like I said, your social media posts, before and after pictures. And I just want you to remember always that facts tell, stories sell, which leads me to this next point. So when I'm inviting to my groups, I use stories and I use testimonials. So this one I loved, didn't weigh in this morning, but I took my measurements and I found out I've lost a total of 15 inches since I started 3 weeks ago. I'm thinking by the end of round 2, I should be back to my pre-baby size. Thanks for all your encouragement along the way. So when I'm talking to people and I'm sending them the video with the information on the 21-day fix, I've started including these stories for people. I'll say, if I sent you this video, would you watch it? Then when they say yes, I say, okay, great, here's the link. Let me know once you finish watching it. I'll check back with you. And then I'll also write in there, and here's some of the results from my current group. People really want to know that this works, so always be sharing stories. Another one, I've lost 16 pounds and down a good 2 pant sizes, and I can start to see abs. That's what people want to see. They want to know that it works. So another example of facts tell, stories sell, showing those before and after pictures. I know it's hard, and if you're still not comfortable with your own, you don't have to be in sports bras. You can be in tank tops and shorts or pants even, because people can still see that. But really work on your story. I don't have a huge weight loss transformation. I was working out before I got into Beachbody, and I didn't have a ton of weight to lose, but I still took time to work on myself. So always be working on your own story and sharing it. If someone sees a picture of containers in autumn, or they see a picture of you, they're more likely to want to know more about what you did because they're connecting to you. So another thing I wanted to add, if you're still starting your journey, start out with a 3-day refresh. Share the small victories. The picture on the right is from the last 3-day refresh I did, and I just felt like my stomach was the flattest it had ever been. It was crazy. And so I just shared that with people. I didn't have a huge story. Just share, your journey and where you're at. So let's go through my sequence. I want to really dive in and show you exactly what I'm doing, because I feel like after 4 years, I've finally cracked the code for my challenge groups. So the first thing I do is, of course, I set dates, on the calendar, and I share them in the group for suggestions, but I invite to the 21-day fix group first. I just go for it. And that's up to you. If some people start free, but I just think, why not just go for it first and see if they're interested and if they want to do it. So if they sign up to do the challenge pack, they're good to go. And I don't have to stress about that. But if they just order a workout, one thing that I'll do is, those are the people that I'm going to give samples to, because I know they've already invested in themselves. They're doing the 21-day fix. And a lot of times they are afraid of Shakeology, or they don't think they like shakes. So those are the people I'll reach out to one-on-one and message them and say, hey, I'm sending out some samples. Would you want to try it? So if I invite someone to the 21-day fix and they say no, or they don't respond, then I'm not just going to leave them alone yet. So after that, I'm going to follow up by inviting them to a free clean eating group. So this is my next exposure. This is my sequence. So I invite them to the 21-day fix group. I just go for it. If they say yes, I set them up in the group. If they say no, or they don't respond, then I'll say, would you want to join in on my free clean eating group? A lot of times people say, oh, I don't have money to join the 21-day fix. That's a perfect one. Say, hey, can I put you on my list? I'm doing a free clean eating group later in the month, and I'd love to have you at least join that so I can still help you. So that's my next sequence. And I'm going to go more into all of this in a second here. But after that, if they are in the free clean eating group, they're in the 21-day fix group, or if they've ignored me, then I'm going to invite to the business. And I'm going to say, that I have 3 spots left, or I'm running my new coach apprenticeship, or whatever it is, I'm going to invite them to the business next. And then after that, if they still haven't signed up, I'm going to invite them to try Shakeology. So that's my last step, because that's a financial investment on me. You know, I sent out a sample and it ended up costing, you know, the $4 for the sample and the $2 for shipping. So that's $6. So I want to make sure the people that I'm sending samples to are people that I've already talked to about the 21-day fix and the free group and the business, and then I'll send samples. So here's what it looks like behind the scenes conversations, because a lot of people want to know this. I know I always want to know what coaches are saying because I want to see if I'm saying something wrong or what's going on. But I just want to emphasize that when I invite to a challenge group, I usually only do 1 to 2 Facebook or Instagram posts per month, or I run a Facebook ad. So I really haven't been using Instagram a lot lately. I'm really focusing on Facebook, like pages, and YouTube. So, you know, pick which methods you want to use. But if you're going to go that route, make sure that if you look on your Facebook page, you shouldn't see like tons and tons of advertisements. You want it to be, you know, the real life Facebook posts, which we're going to do more trainings on that too. But, you know, 1 to 2 posts where it'll show, like I showed you those quotes or quoting challengers. I did a quote the other day and I told one of my new coaches to do this too. She's down 10 pounds in her first round. So instead of just putting a picture of Autumn, she said, you know, the program that helped me lose 10 pounds in 21 days is on sale this month. Message me for details. Or I'll put up the before and after and say, the program that got me these results is on sale. If you want more information, message me. So I'll only do that 1 or 2 times. So make sure you write that down in big letters. And then from there, I do a lot of one-on-one inviting. So that's why when you look at my page, you don't see tons of stuff about my groups because almost all of it is one-on-one invites. And I message people saying, you know, hey, Sarah, I'm going to host an online fitness accountability group next month. I would love to tell you more about it. Do you think you'd be interested? Now, I highlighted fitness accountability group because I don't like to use the word challenge group. People don't know what that is unless they're a Beachbody coach. So I think that's a good way of explaining it. You know, we're doing accountability, or you could say nutrition and fitness accountability, but, you know, just wanted to throw that out there too. Another thing, I got this one from Leandra. It's very specific, but it says like, hey, Sarah, I wanted to ask you, I'm getting ready to start a Beachbody program on July 6th. I'm looking for 5 people to do it with me because I need extra accountability and motivation. The idea is that we're all going to drink a shake every day, do our daily workout, and we're going to support each other as we get ready for summer. Do you think you want to join us? So I really like this invite approach too because it is more specific. So I think you can try. One thing I want to remind you is these are what are working for me. You can try different wording and verbiage and make it sound like you so that you're comfortable with it. But one-on-one message invites is where it's at. Like you really need to be talking to people on the phone, through your messenger, or emailing them. So after I send them that invite, I'm going to show you the follow-ups later, but those are my invites for that. So if they say no to the challenge group, like I said, I'll ask them about the free group. You know, would you want to join in my free group instead? And then the invite to the free group, just keep it simple. Even like it just has to stay super simple. You don't want to stress people out or make them feel like you're pressuring them. So this one is super easy too. Hey there, I'm hosting a 5-day free clean eating accountability next group and wanted to see if you were interested in joining me. Super laid back approach. You could also say, if you're afraid to even say that, you could say, I wanted to see if you knew anyone interested in joining me. That takes away that as well. If you're feeling like, oh, I'm afraid to invite them. So just go for it. You know, invite to the regular fixed group, then invite to the free group. So then from there, I invite to the business. So inviting to the business, a lot of people are afraid to do this, but you have to just change that mindset and know what this business can do for people. You know, so just know that you just have to invite them and let them know that you're a coach, and then it's up to them if this is the right fit. But anyone who I've invited to a challenge group, who I've invited to a free group, who's been in it, who's been posting, or even sometimes the people that have ignored me the other 3 times, this is like my last straw with them. So pretty much almost everybody I'm going to invite to the business. And I just do 2 ways. I either do a regular business invite or an open house invite. The open house invite, hopefully you've been participating in these with us, but you know, I'm running a 5-day free open house to share more what I do as a fitness coach. Would you be interested in learning more and joining us? Super simple. You're just inviting them to watch this free group. And then business invite, you could also message them this if they've been in your groups, or if you just say and just put it out there. Like, so I know this is super random and I apologize. You're going to think I'm kind of crazy, but I have a question. Have you ever thought about becoming a coach? I have 3 spots that I'm looking to fill on my team. And when I was sitting down to go over people who I think would be really great at it, you popped into my head. I know you haven't done a ton with me yet concerning the Beachbody stuff or the challenge groups, but I think you'd be amazing and it could help hold you accountable and get you ready for your wedding or get you ready for, your trip to Hawaii. And then you'd also get a lot of discount on the workouts. So let me know what you think. Just keep it simple. And then my last part of the sequence from there is inviting people to try Shakeology. So like I said, if someone's ignored me, they've ignored my challenge invite, my free invite, and my business invite, then I'm not going to send them a sample. But for people that have been in my challenge groups, have done the free group, or I've shared the business with, these are great people to send a sample to. And it's up to you if you want to have them be free samples, or if you want them to be $5, you can charge them, or if you want them to even get a sample pack, it's really up to you on what you want to do. I still give them out for free because I feel like somehow the universe will reward me for that. But sometimes I get annoyed that I do it for free because people let their random family members drink it instead. But it's up to you. But same thing, I'm just getting ready to send out Shakeology samples tomorrow. Would you be interested in trying it out and giving me your honest feedback? So you can send that to people as well. So now let's go through responding. I've given you all of my introduction conversations. So I'm going to go through now what do? I sent them that first message, but then what? So one thing before we get into that, when should I invite? A lot of people get caught up in forming, the Danny Johnson term, where you're getting to know someone, you're talking to them, you're asking them about their family and what they do for work, and you're just really chatting them up. But honestly, you just have to go for the invite. There's never the perfect time. Maybe maybe sometimes there's a perfect time, but there's never really just this is the perfect time. So just go for it. I do it based on dates, so right now I'm focusing on inviting to the open house because the next new coach open house, it's always the 3rd week of the month. So that's what I'm going to be focused on. So I'm going to be sending a lot more business invites right now. And then challenge group invites, I'm always trying to invite every single day to a challenge group. It just depends. I'll either be inviting to a free one or a paid one based on the dates of when the next group is starting. So don't worry about when you should invite, just go for it. And like I said in that one post, you can even say hey, this is super random, but I'm running my first 21-day fitness and nutrition accountability group, and I need some people to do it with me. Would you be interested? Just go for it. But ask questions and listen. So I really loved one of the new coaches. They had someone interested, and I said, before you tell them here's my site and the link and this and that, you have to get to know them and see what they need and really listen. So ask them what they've done before, what stopped them in the past, what kind of workouts do they like, what is their nutrition like, can they give you an example of what one of their days is like, how's their energy level throughout the day. Just ask lots of questions and listen. And then from there, you give your recommendations. I'd really recommend that you do the 21-day fix program because it focuses on meal plans. The workouts are short, and you said you had a really busy schedule, so you could totally fit it into your schedule. I just recommend what I believe in and be honest with that. If somebody wants to do Insanity Max 30 and you're not running a group, you can still coach them through it. Just really be specific to the person. And like I said, always use the phrase from GoPro, if I would you. If I sent you the link with my website to sign up, would you sign up? I probably wouldn't say that one, but I'd say if I sent you a video with more information, would you check it out? If I sent you my Shakeology site where you could see some recipes, would that help you? Always have that kind of phrase. So then they're the ones deciding if it's something they want to do. Another thing you should do when you're inviting and going back and forth is give deadlines and dates. So I kind of stop doing this. And I was at the last Super Saturday and Christina mentioned it. I'm like, why did I stop telling people my dates and being more specific? So give them that deadline and that date. Like I'm starting the group, my next group up on, what's a good one? Let's say July 20th. So the last day to order is July 14th. Are you still interested in joining us? Or should I check back with you next month? Give them that deadline and that date. And don't be afraid to just put it out there and let them know, like, I want you to have it in time to start. So were you still interested in joining? And then, of course, I love this. Another one from Leandra. She's had all these little genius moments in her calls, and I hope you guys have been taking notes from her. But this one's perfect, too. We do the Go for No challenges in our group, but you can use this as a response message. If you haven't heard from someone or you've given them your website, and they disappear, this is a great one. Just like, hey, Sarah, I just wanted to make sure you got my last message. I'm going for 100 no's. So if you're not interested in joining us, it's all good. Just tell me no and you can help me out that way. So another easy way to just go for the no, and then you can kind of not worry about it anymore. But I just want to remind you, the fortune is in the follow-up. So this is crazy, and write it down, but it takes people 7 or more exposures until they buy. I feel like Danny Johnson said 21 when I was at the last event with her, but I know it's at least 7. So what does that mean? That means if you invite someone to your 21-day fix group and they say no or they ignore you, then that's only 1 exposure. And if you don't ever follow up with them to invite them to something again, let's be real, they're going to end up ordering it from Beachbody or signing up with someone else. Because if you just disappear, they know that you're not that serious about it. But if you follow up with them in a couple weeks and invite them to your free group, and you invite them to try Shakeology, and you invite them to watch the business webinar, if you're always there reminding them that you're a coach and that you do this and you are serious, then they're going to think of you when it is time for them to sign up. So just like that was huge for me. You don't have to feel like you're bugging people then when you know that it takes people 7 or more exposures to buy. It's crazy. Which leads to the next part. It is so important for you to track. Find what works for you. I tried to use Asana. It's pretty cool. I love it, but I wasn't using it. I need to keep it really simple. The Google Drive and a piece of paper and a pen work for me. When I write things down on my little Post-its and I put them throughout the days, or when I put it in the Google Drive and I highlight them different colors, that's what works for me. So find what works for you, because you can't follow up with someone 7 times if you don't write down who you talked to and what you invited them to, because then you're just kind of going in the wind, or I can't think of the right phrase. But it's really important to track. I can't stress that enough, and find what works for you. All of our brains are wired differently. I don't know if you know this, but I'm a lefty, so I have that lefty creative side to me. We're all so different. So start tracking who you're talking to. And then remember, people buy on their time. So our job is really just to put it out there. I want you to think about when you signed up to be a coach. Did you sign up for the challenge pack right away, or Shakeology? Sometimes you didn't. I didn't. I signed up and I just paid the $40. And then like the next week is when I ordered my Shakeology after I was done researching if it was bad for me. So people buy on their own time. We don't have to be so attached to the outcome. It's our job to let them know, especially with a company like Beachbody. People are seeing the infomercials, you guys. I was at the gym Saturday on the 4th of July working out, watching Autumn Calabrese's infomercial at the gym. Like 21 Day Fix was on. And so people know about our products. So make sure that you're letting them know that you're a coach and what we do to help them. Another thing to remember is to provide value every single day. Really think about what you're putting out there on social media. How can you help someone today? What's something that you can say that's going to cheer someone up, or it's going to connect with them, or it's going to give them an idea or value? Really think about everything you put out there. This is part of our business. If you're running your business on social media, you have to have a certain presence and you really have to provide value. So make sure you think about that before you post. And some days, I'll be honest, I don't post as much because I don't I don't have anything valuable to say, and I don't want to just do a dumb post. So sometimes I'm a little more quiet, but I do make sure to post on my like page a ton, but provide value every single day. And then have the right mindset. Meg Wazinski talked about this on the call the last Monday in June about how she gets into her mode before she invites. I like to listen to music when I'm inviting and talking to people. It makes me happy. So have that mindset. If you go into your conversations thinking about Success Club and Diamond and stuff like that, people somehow, even if it's in an email, can sense it. So you need to make sure you have that mindset of helping people, because that's why we signed up, is to help other people achieve healthy, fulfilling lives. So every time you go to message someone and you're talking to them, have that mindset. Yes, sometimes people still order the payment plan and we don't get credit for it. Yes, sometimes people still get it from beachbody.com and we have to email Coach Relations to switch it over. But who cares in the grand scheme of things? Our job is to help them get through the program. So always remember why you signed up and why you're doing this, and get into a good mood before you start your invites. Okay, next thing is no is good. When people say no to you finally, that means they're thinking about it. So get over your fear, get out of your own way, and go for the no. Use that, I'm going for 100 no's this month. Can you help me out by saying yes or no? Just use that to your advantage and just go for it. The more no's you get, and it just gets easier to know, like, it's not you. Like, you don't have to take it so personal, though. You can just get over it, get out of your own way. And then you can follow up with people. So I showed you my follow-up system with how I invite. So I invite to the challenge group, the free group, the business, and then to try samples. But I also do a lot of following up just to say hi. Like, hey, how was your 4th of July weekend? Haven't heard from you in a while. What have you been up to? So always be following up and connecting with people. Remember, this business is all about consistency. I just had to throw this in here because so many people want to know the secret. What's the secret to being successful? How did Stephanie get 34 Success Club points? She's doing this every day. That's how, this is what it is. Top coaches are doing these things every single day. They just do more of it. So make sure you're always adding 3 people a day. And I'm not going through all of these because we have other trainings on this on our website, but make sure you're adding 3 people a day. You're inviting 3 to 5 people to the business each week. And I'll let you know something too. That's about 12 to 20 people a month. So sometimes I'll just do I'm inviting 20 people to the Coach Open House, so make sure that if you don't do it in the week, like, set that goal to invite at least 20 people. And then invite 3 people to a group each day, a challenge group or a free group. Follow up multiple times. Like I said, it takes sometimes 7 exposures to different aspects of the business before people sign up, whether it's Shakeology or your website or whatever we just went through. Like, following up is huge. Give good content on social media, inspire people. And then personal development daily. I will be honest, I was kind of slipping on my personal development, and I was wondering why I was in a little bit of a funk. And so I realized with wedding stuff, like, my schedule is crazy. So I'm listening to personal development at the gym. I listened to Chalene podcast today. I listened to Brian Tracy last week. Find a way to fit that in every single day. And if you don't have time to sit and read, just listen. There's so much free content on podcasts or in the back office or on our team training. Like, just dive into personal development. And then also consistently run groups. So I am running the new coach training group still. Anytime anyone wants to take over and help me with them, I'm ready for you. How do I cancel that? Hold on. Okay. But run groups every single month. So new coach training group, you're always welcome to invite your new coaches to my group and use that to your advantage. Free clean eating, budget, water group, whatever it is, set a goal each month to get 50 to 100 people in your free group and see what that'll do for your business. Really step it up a notch and try to help more people. It's crazy. And then, of course, challenge groups. Every month, no matter what, since July of 2011, I have been running a challenge group. Before there were challenge packs, I was running challenge groups. So no matter what, be running them. Even if you have 2 people, team up with another coach. Our team is so friendly and fun, and everybody works together. So you can always ask in our team page who's running a group and work together to run that. But these groups need to be running every single month. Put it on your calendar. Now I'm frozen. Okay. Random bonus tips. Listen to Brian Tracy's 21 Great Ways to Become a Sales Superstar on iTunes. It's $4.95, and I was like screenshotting it while I was walking because I want to go back and write down more quotes from it. But it was amazing. I recommend it. Another bonus exposure could be a giveaway. So this is a cool one. Now that the cookbook's coming out this month, like, hey, Sarah, I'm doing a special giveaway this month, and I wanted to see if you were still interested in joining my 21-Day Fix group. The first 2 people that sign up are going to get a copy of the Fix8 book. You know, you can use giveaways as a bonus exposure. But remember, make it fun. We do Go for No challenges. I also have the bubble chart, which is just strictly for business invites, but do what you can to make it fun and so that it becomes less stressful and more like a game, and that you can put on music and just talk to people and be you. So recap. Find what sequence works for you. Like I said, I go for it right away. I go for the no, I go for the challenge, and then I go into the free group, the coaching, and the sample. You can try the other way if you want. You know, especially newer coaches, maybe you want to start with the free group, the challenge, the coach, and then the sample. But starting with challenge groups really helps you start to build an income. But if you're still afraid and you want to build your confidence, start with a free clean eating group or a free budget group or whatever kind of free group you want. Show them you're serious about what you do as a coach. So remember to be following up. That's showing them that you're serious about this. You're not just going to leave them hanging. You're not just going to have them sign up and disappear. They want to know that you're there and you're going to be there for them. Because if they're investing in the 21-Day Fix or in a challenge pack or to be a coach, they're investing in you too. So show them that you're serious about what you do. Remember, you're in control. We're not in control of what people say, but we're in control about how many people we're adding and how many we're talking to a day and how many we're inviting. That is what you can control. So set goals for yourself and just know that you can do it. Believe in yourself, and remember, you can have everything in life you want if you will just help other people get what they want. So make sure you're always putting good stuff out there, getting to know people, connecting with them, and just really helping them get what they want and reach their goals. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up for questions. I think. Here we go. All right. Does anyone have any questions or want to add anything?
Is your Brian Tracy, is that a podcast?
No, it's an ebook. Or not an ebook, it's a book. So
It's what?
It's just a regular book, but you can buy it on iTunes.
Okay.
And then listen to it.
I was just trying to find it. I've been trying to find like different podcasts for, I listen to Shalene all day, every day, but.
Yeah, we should, I think we have a list somewhere, but I can find it.
Yeah, no, I know we do. Yeah, definitely.
Mrs. O. A real phone.
What's that?
Sounds like a real phone.
That was my ring on my cell phone.
Oh,
Nice. I got my girl boss from Brenda, by the way.
oh, cute.
So
Cute.
fun.
It is.
Anything else? Sorry, I talked a lot on this one.
That was good.
Can you just really quick kind of go through how a Shakeology challenge group, because I really haven't seen too many out there since, I signed up in January. And I know that Katie Francis and I are, talking about doing one together. But I just kind of want to, I just like to have all the facts and stuff before I put stuff out there and kind of have to feel comfortable with it.
Yeah, that's what I used to do in the beginning. There weren't challenge packs. So I would just invite people to drink Shakeology for 30 days. And I'd say you can do whatever you want for your workout, but we're going to just check in each day with that we drank our shake, and you can still have them take pictures of their food and stuff too.
Okay. I didn't realize. Okay, so that makes sense for the 30 days, because I saw your response to Katie, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be, you know, how they have that sample pack for the 4 days, but this is for an entire month. Okay.
And so I would personally try to bump them up into getting Beachbody On Demand for $10 more, so that they can do workouts too. If they don't, or you could say, and if you don't have a workout, you could get Beachbody On Demand for $10 more, or the 21-day fix for $10 more, and you'll have a plan to do.
Oh, okay. All right. Perfect. Oh, that's good. Thank you.
What else?
I keep forgetting about Beachbody On Demand.
I know, and we can run free groups. Jillian, we're going to run one of these days.
I'm always like, 21-day fix is on sale, 21-day fix.
But we can do a 30-day Beachbody On Demand free group.
Yeah.
Genius.
Do you have information on that? Like, does someone have easy information on that to get Beachbody On Demand for free?
I think you have to send an email now to activate it.
Now it actually, if they want to get the free one, they can just upgrade on your site. So like they can go to the join the club, and then they can click like try it for free. So
Okay.
It's pretty easy. I'm pretty sure that's what I had my person do. And I actually used this coachingcodes.com, and I found a link that like took them right to it. So,
Okay.
but they just go to join free account, and then it says like something upgrade to premium for free.
Okay. And that's what gets it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's up, like if you want to run a certain, like I wanted to, but it's just crazy trying to find time. But like doing size one day, Pio Sweat one day, 21-day fix one day, you know, yoga booty ballet one day, insanity. Like you can make your own little calendar of different workouts, which is cool. So if anyone wants to do that, and I can jump in your group.
That's a good idea.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah. So it's out there. So maybe we can work together to make it easier. We could do like our first team free 30-day challenge.
Oh, a team-wide one would be fun.
Yeah.
It's a
Post.
good opportunity to do the other workouts too.
Yeah, for sure. And then people, like one of my girls got better results doing Insanity Asylum than anything else. Like who knew? You know, like
Yeah.
everybody's so different. So we'll have to brainstorm that.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
We're gonna run out of time.
All right, so next week we'll talk about Summit. We're going to Summit. I'll get to see people in person.
In 10 days.
I'm not eating for 10 days. No, I'm just kidding.
That's how I feel after my week of celebrating. I'm like,
Mrs. O.
oh yeah, I'm like, I put my jeans on. I'm like, oh.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for jumping on. I'll see you next week. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. We'll think more about our free challenge together.
Okay.
All right. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.